This is life in the 1900s newspapers. And today, we're in the 20s. The 20s saw the first horror movies. Such as the 1925 movie, The Monster. This movie is credited to be the first one that had a creepy house with hidden passages. In the spirit of the 20s horror movies, throughout this video, a few lovely but scary ladies will be jumping in and out to try to scare you. Today's newspaper is the Denver Express from Denver, Colorado, dated Wednesday, October 5th, 1921. Veteran fire horse dies. Old Barney is dead. He is one of the best known and oldest fire horses in point of service in the Denver department. Bought in 1907 for $250, he was assigned to Station 12. His number was then 168, but soon his fame spread and Old Barney was known by every Denver fire laddie. Within a week, he would have been retired and taken to the farm where several of the horses are kept. But on his last run, made to 3811 Osage Street Tuesday, was no more than over when Barney began to stagger and finally fell, dying in his harness. He was one of the last of the old horse regiment that has given way to the newer gas demons of iron and steel. A baseball autographed by President Harding, Christy Matheson, Babe Ruth, and Vice President Coolidge brought $750 at a benefit game for Matheson at the Polo Grounds, New York. Wesley May makes his foolhardiness pay in sound cash. Instead of coming down with the well-known dull thud, he lands with a graceful bounce and calls for more. The picture shows him winning a $50 bet at Los Angeles by dropping 250 feet into a net at the bottom of a canyon. May built a sagging bridge across the chasm, rode his horse out on it, pitched off, and landed in the net, hands clasped behind his back, with only a little of his usual smile jarred loose. In a water tank which supplied whiskey-making's operations at Old Oak Leaf Dairy 5 miles east of Denver, until federal agents raided the place Wednesday night, Prohibition Director McClanahan Thursday found several dead rats and a decomposed cat. The 100-gallon still and other utensils seized were in filthy condition. McElhenney says the dead cat and rats will be brought into the court in the prosecution of 5 men held as a lesson for bootleg drinkers. Girl in Nighty walks in sleep. Shrieks at the corner of 11th Avenue and Spear Boulevard brought residents to the district to their windows about midnight Tuesday. Miss Ela Faye, 17, of 1132 Cherokee Street, said to walk in her sleep, was found lying on the walk in her nightclothes. It is thought she fell while walking in her sleep, and the fright caused her to scream. She was uninjured, but none the worse for her scare. Ooh, this next article is about a cat fight. Wife is fined for objecting to his lady friend. George Finney and his wife engaged in a street fight Tuesday night before a large crowd of inquisitive spectators. Mrs. Finney found George at Colfax and Broadway with another girl. She slapped the girl and was stopped by her husband. Then they started home down 15th Street toward the Belvedere Hotel. Mrs. Finney showed many bruises in police court Wednesday. Finney said he simply separated the 2 women. Mrs. Finney was fined $25 and reprimanded by Magistrate Bray. George and lady friend drew nothing. Wrigley's gum, 10 packs for 5 cents. Thin folks need yeast vitamin tablets. Why not be a strong, well-built fellow with plenty of pep and energy, instead of having a thin, underdeveloped body that shows your lack of nerve and physical power? Just take Masten's vitamin tablets. Sensational bargain! Talking machine! Everybody listen! This most beautiful period model is only $117.50 with 5 records. Don't buy before you see us. Our entire efforts are devoted to talking machines. The T.P. Patterson Music Company, 515 16th Street, Kittredge Building, Denver. At the Rialto Theater, a double bill. B.B. Daniels in One Wild Week and Harold Lloyd in Never Weaken. Burlesque shows were popular in the 1920s. Here's an article of one going on at the Orpheum. 2 on the aisle, please. The Orpheum. About the Orpheum bill opening last night. It's good. It's almost superlatively good. The individual acts might assort themselves under a classification something like this. William H. Crane in the play The Mayor and the Manicure. Theodore Beffley's ballet. The Valente brothers, 2 lithe and personable young Latins with much brilliantine on their hair and much brilliance in their fingers in a piano accordion show. Jap, a well-trained bulldog, exhibited by less well-trained ringmaster. The Clowman brothers, 2 gymnasts who smile pleasantly while coaxing destruction their way. For the rest, entertaining pictures and pleasant music from Charles Sherman's orchestra. Faith Bacon was known for creating the fan dance.